What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing another pick a card reading. I enjoy these pick a card readings a lot. I find them to be very, I don't know, they're fun to me. I don't know why, they're just fun. But they're also beneficial, and there's also healing, and hopefully that's what we get today. Is some fun and some healing at the same time. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be asking, how are you a zombie? Okay? And what I mean by that is, yeah, Hollywood zombies, yeah, but that's not really what I mean. What I really mean is, how are you unconscious in your life? What are you unconscious about? When I think of a zombie, I think of a being who is completely oblivious to everything except brains, right? That's all they can think about is brains. So they're oblivious. They don't understand anything but brains. And in our lives, we're all zombies in some way. We're not seeing something that we should be seeing. We're unconscious. We're oblivious to something in our lives, within us, that we need to be seeing. And hopefully this reading, this quick one-card reading, will help us to understand what we're not seeing clearly. Does that make sense? How are we being a zombie? Okay? For some of us, this might have to do with cell phones. We'll see. That's neither here nor there. But basically, this is going to be one of those, what I standardly do. Standardly, that's not a word. You're going to look at these crystals and you're going to intuitively choose the crystal for you. I've got 4 crystals here, and each represents a different unconscious unawareness, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Tibetan singing bowls, because that's just what I do. Okay, if you want to skip this part, you're free to do so. You can go to the timestamp in the description below and go right to your crystal and right to your reading. But if you want to get into a slightly meditative state with me so that you can better pick which crystal is for you, I should say which crystal is which. Here we have Sugilite. This is very difficult to say, Sugilite. Here we have a Scepter Amethyst. Here we have a Herkimer Diamond. And here we have a Celestite cluster. Celestite cluster. So close your eyes, take some deep breaths, and just get into a meditative state with me. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the reading. Alright, the first card we're going to look at is Sugilite. It's hard to say. It's named after the founder, so he's a Japanese guy, so I hope I'm saying it correctly. I believe it's Sugilite. It's spelled like Sugilite, but the guy's name is pronounced Sugilite. And this is a purple stone from Africa that is actually quite rare, and to find one this size was very lucky. This is a massive, it's not a high quality piece, let's put it that way. Okay, but it does have the energetic properties of Sugilite, and it's great for the crown chakra. It's great for opening up to spiritual energy and awakening the psychic senses. So it's great for the third eye and the crown chakra, and it's just a very cool crystal to have with you and around you. Like I said, there's much higher quality versions of it. Okay, but yeah, let's get into this. How are you a zombie? What are you unconscious about? What don't you see right now? And we've got, oh, by the way, this is the Tarot Z. I should have mentioned that. This is a zombie deck. I should have said that at the beginning. All right, give me a moment with this card. This is the Tower, by the way. Give me a moment to go into this card. Okay, I just had a conversation with the zombie. She said that, hopefully if this resonates with you, many of you are very self-destructive. And you're not seeing the ways in which you are self-destructive. And this is a general reading, even though you picked Sugilite. all of us are self-destructive in different ways, but you especially, I get the feeling that you're not seeing the ways that you're destroying yourself. And this could be. This is just going to open the door for more work for you to do, and I'm sorry, but you have to see the ways that you're destroying yourself. This could be something as simple as a diet. I mean, it's not really simple, but it's like diets, right? This could be something like too much television. I don't know, but we all have self-destructive behaviors. But the feeling I'm getting from this card is that you don't really see your self-destructive behaviors as much as maybe other people do. And these self-destructive behaviors, while initially, like this explosion here, right? This explosion might not be a huge deal, right? It might not be something big. Like when let's just take the example of poor diet, okay? You have one slice of pizza, right? And you might not say it's a huge deal, but this little explosion is going to inevitably topple the entire building. That little slice of pizza is going to lead to another slice, which is going to lead to hamburgers, which is going to lead to cakes and cookies, which is going to lead to heart disease, which is going to lead to hospital visits, which is going to lead to heart attack, which is going to lead to death, right? So yeah, that one small little pizza slice isn't the worst thing in the world, but it is a self-destructive act that can lead to much more destruction if left unchecked, if you're not aware of it. So this card is asking you to really be honest with yourself and really look at your self-destructive behaviors and kind of nip those in the bud, because they can get out of control if you let them. They can spiral into darkness. And it may be insignificant in the moment, but it can also lead to something much bigger. So I think this card is asking you to do a little bit of soul searching. How are you destructive? You have to be honest. That's going to be the hardest part about this, is being honest with yourself. Because according to this reading, like heretofore, you haven't been. You've maybe found reasons not to look at this. Maybe you've found excuses not to fix this. But these little self-destructive behaviors can topple the whole building if you keep that up. Make sense? I hope so. I don't know. Put in the comment section what you think about that, and let me know if it resonated with you. I really love to hear that. Or if it didn't resonate with you, let me know and why, and that can help me improve as a tarot reader. Okay, so thanks for watching. We're going to move on to the next card. All right, here we go. For those of you who chose the Amethyst Scepter. To be honest with you, I'm not sure where this scepter came from. I got it in Tucson a couple years ago, and it was such a good deal that I just bought it and ran. I didn't ask questions. It's like, give me that crystal, I'm out of here. But this is an amethyst scepter, and a scepter is a crystal, in this case quartz, that was growing until a new crystal grew over it. And scepters are great for pointing the direction that you need to be going into, much like tarot, right? It points you into the direction of healing, and they're great for psychic surgery. They're great for meditation, and I highly recommend a scepter if you've never worked with one. They're pretty cool. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video that this is the Tarot Z. This is a zombie tarot deck. I should have mentioned that earlier. So we're asking, how are you a zombie? How are you unconscious? What do you need to look at that you haven't been looking at in your life? So let's take a look. All right, here we have the High Priestess. Give me a moment with this card, please. Oh, cool message. All right. The message I'm getting from this card, it's going to be hard for me to put into words. It came to me in a feeling, but a feeling I'm getting is that a lot of you are stuck in the mire. Okay, you're caught in the muck and bullets. You're caught in the muck, the swamp, the mud, the quicksand, and you don't realize that you have the power to get out of it. That's the message that I'm getting here. You don't realize that you don't have to be there, okay? And that's just a metaphor for negative energy or somewhere you don't want to be, basically. I get the feeling that a lot of you don't see your personal power as being able to get out of a situation that you don't want to be in. And I think that's where a lot of you need to do some work. Those of you who chose this card, is to realize your personal power. Realize that you're resonating at the muck. You're resonating in the mire. And in order to transcend that muck and mire, you have to raise your own vibration. You have to be aware of your power. And the more aware of your power you are, the easier it is to get out of this, to elevate your vibration, to rise up out of the place where you don't want to be. So kind of that's the feeling that I'm getting from this card, is that you don't realize that you don't have to be here. You've chosen to be exactly where you are. Through your thoughts, through your words, through your actions, through your feelings, you've chosen exactly this reality, whether you are conscious of it or not. And if you are in a reality where you don't want to be, then you need to consciously choose a new reality. You need to consciously say, you know what, I think I want to create something new. So I'm going to change my words. I'm going to change my thoughts, my emotions, my intuition. I'm going to change all of that to be of a higher vibration. And when you do that, you'll magically lift up yourself up out of the mire, out of the muck, right? So that's kind of the message that I'm getting from this card, is you are more powerful than you realize, but you must realize it in order to become that powerful, right? If Superman doesn't know he can fly, he's never going to try, and so he's never going to fly. But if Superman knows that he can fly, he's going to try to do it, and then he's going to do it. Does that analogy work for you? I don't know. I just don't know anymore with my stupid analogies. But I think that's all I have to say about this message. This was a very cool message, if you ask me. But let me know in the comments section if that resonated with you, or if it didn't resonate with you. I'd love to hear your take on these readings and how you experience them. So let me know in the comments section. And thanks for watching. We're going to move on to the next card. Alright, here we are with the reading for those who chose the Herkimer Diamond. I don't blame you. Herkimer Diamonds are incredible. They're found in only one place in the world. It's in Herkimer County, New York, and it's a type of quartz that holds a very high vibrations. One of the highest vibrations of quartz that I've experienced. And these are great for dream work. They're great to keep with you near your pillow. It helps you to remember your dreams. It helps you to be more conscious when you dream. And they're also great for their boosting energy. They boost the energy of other crystals. So if you have a smaller crystal that you really like, but you want to boost the energy, a Herkimer is a great way to do it. They're great with Moldavite. The Herkimer Moldavite combination is outstanding. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. You chose Herkimer, so you probably know about it already. One thing I forgot to mention at the start of this video is we're using the Tarot Z. I should have said that at the beginning. It's a zombie deck. Duh. And we're going to be asking, how are you a zombie? What are you unconscious of in your life? What do you need to know that you probably are avoiding? Okay, so let's look at this card. We've got the Hierophant. Interesting. Give me a moment with this card. All right, very cool. I love this deck a lot. It forces me to read intuitively, and I get some weird messages. But the message I'm getting from this card is that a lot of you may be unconscious of how you are being led by others, how you're being influenced by others, maybe even manipulated by others. And of course, we're all influenced, manipulated, by other people. Of course we are. But the feeling I'm getting from this card is that many of you may not be aware of how you're being led or influenced or manipulated by other people. You know, when I think of an enlightened human being, when I think of someone who's moving toward ascension, I think of someone who's completely devoid of this. I feel like they're so connected with their higher self, with their inner being, with their soul, that other people really don't influence them too much. So I think this is something that we're all, trying to reach is freedom from this manipulation, and we're all in it, I believe, unless you've ascended. But I get the feeling that you don't see it as well as other people. You're not seeing how you're being manipulated. This could be from parents. This could be from significant other, spouse. This could be your boss manipulating you and maybe even changing your belief system. maybe changing the way you think about things, right? If, like, for instance, let's say you're the new kid in school, you're very concerned about your grades, and you want to impress your teachers. You don't have any friends, so you focus on your schoolwork. But then you join a group of kids who all they want to do is play sports. That's all they want to do. So in order to fit in, you play sports, even though you're not a big sports guy. You're a more academic person, and I don't know where this is going. Stay with me. And you change, and you become a sports person. But even though that's not who you were, but you do it for just because it's easy, right? It's better to have friends than no friends, so you'll change who you are. But you're changing who you are. This is not you. And that's the feeling that I'm getting from this. And the analogy may not apply to you, but the same idea might apply, is that people are influencing you in ways that are probably negative. You know what? I would say almost all outside influence is negative to some degree, because it's taking you away from you. It's taking you away from your higher self, from your inner being, from your soul. So be aware of this. Try to find out how you're being manipulated. I'm not saying be incredulous of everybody, right? Don't criticize other people, for influencing you, but try not to allow it to affect you as greatly as maybe you have been in the past. And it all starts with awareness, right? If you're aware of something, you can change it. If you're not aware of it, you're going to have a real hard time changing anything. So this is all about becoming aware of the influence of other people. And I think that's something that you could work on at this time, is becoming more aware of how other people influence you. Right? Of course, there's positive influences in your life, obviously. But it's those negative ones that we need to clip out first. And then we can deal with the positive ones. So that's kind of my reading. I hope that resonated. I don't know. We'll see. This is a general reading. But put it in the comment section. Did it resonate with you? Did it not resonate with you? I'd love to hear your thoughts, your opinions, and your take on this reading. So let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to move on to the last card. All right. This reading is for those of you who chose Celestite. Celestite is pretty cool. I think most of the top specimens come from Peru. And it's a form of angelite. Angelite and celestite are very similar. I think angelite is more like the massive form, and celestite is more the crystalline form. I could be wrong on that. You may have to correct me. But it's a beautiful crystal. Just absolutely beautiful. Very high vibration. If you're not well grounded around this crystal, then you might might go too high. You might get too high. But so it's good to have a grounded crystal with you whenever you have a celestite around, just because it's such a high vibe. But a lot of people say that it helps to communicate with the spirit realms, especially the angelic realm. So if you want to hang out with angels, celestite and angelite are very good tools for this purpose. All right, at the beginning of the video, I forgot to mention that we're using the Tarot Z today. This is a zombie-themed tarot deck. I should have said that earlier. But we're going to be looking at it because we're asking, how are you a zombie? What are you unconscious of in your life? Right? So let's take a look at it. And we've got the Ace of Swords. Very interesting. Give me a moment to go into this card and try to extract some meaning. All right, very interesting. The message I'm getting from this card is that, and again, this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to everybody, but a lot of you are being led by your ego. Your ego is in charge. And when I say ego, I just mean your thoughts, basically, is what I mean. Your brain, your mind, your thoughts are basically in control. You give them precedence, you give them importance, and that's not balanced. Right? As we become more imbalanced with our higher selves, with our intuition, we realize that in order to move forward as a human being, we need an equal measure of ego, of thoughts, emotions, physicality, resources, and intuition. Right? And fire and energy. We need all those things to be balanced in order to make good decisions, in order to take proper action. We have to be balanced in that way. But the feeling I'm getting from this card is a lot of you are skewed towards the ego mind. You let the ego mind kind of run the ship a little bit more than it should. And the ego mind is like full of fear, full of worry, full of doubts, full of just, bad ideas, right? Now, of course, that's the negative side of it. Of course, the ego mind will get you out of some jams. It'll figure problems out. But if the ego mind is controlling everything, that's not the job of the ego mind. That's the job that society dictates to us. We're raised to not even believe, but we're raised to subconsciously think that, we should let the ego mind be in control, right? We go to school and we say the smartest people are going to have the best time in life, which is not the case at all. It's the most balanced people who are going to navigate this world in the best way possible. So I think this really should be a wake-up call for a lot of you. How are you letting your ego mind run rampant? When it's time to make a decision, do you just think of the logical pros and cons and then make a decision? Where's the emotion? Where's the intuition? Right? Where's the higher guidance? The mind is full of worry, fear, doubt, hatred. All of these things are products of the ego mind, and only the ego mind. So it's very important that you be aware of this. Because you may be making decisions based on limited faculties, and that can get you into trouble sometimes. I mean, you can do well with just the ego mind. You can look at Elon Musk, you can look at Bill Gates, you can look at Adolf Hitler. All these people succeeded using nothing but ego. Well, maybe not. I can't judge. I don't know for sure, but it seems like it from where I'm sitting. Any of those people truly happy? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. So, in order to be a balanced human being, you have to be more than your ego. You have to be well-rounded, and you can't let the ego make all the calls. You can't let it call all the shots, because you're going to get into trouble that way. So just be aware of that, and try to minimize the role of the ego, right? Bring in emotion, bring in intuition. And there's so many different ways to do that. I love crystals. They help me do that tremendously. But that's just me. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. I don't know what else to say besides that. So that's going to be the reading. I hope you got something out of that. Let me know in the comment section if that resonated with you or not. And I look forward to hearing from you. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I want to thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.